Hello, I'm Mrs. Story, and I want to welcome you and your son or daughter to my biology class. I'm quite excited that we're starting another school year. So I hope your child learns and enjoys learning with me as we go along together. So I put together a little PowerPoint that I thought I would share with you to go over some information that I felt you might need to know. And so, first of all, I would like to make sure that you realize that I really, really enjoy teaching. And I promise that I will take very, very good care of your child this year. I'm also very proud of the fact that I married my high school sweetheart, and we've been married for 36 years. We have two children, Jess and Dan, three cats, all of whom adopted us. And my favorite hobby is boating. And so my husband and I keep a boat down on the Ohio River, and we go down and spend some time together on the weekends. So I have pictures of everything and everybody. So here's my husband, my three cats, my daughter Jess, my son Dan, and this is our boat, which looks a lot nicer in this picture than it really is. It's an old boat that we bought that we're kind of in the process of rehabbing. Some pictures of our room, and you may be wanting to get out and start purchasing supplies. So, as far as what your child needs for my class, they'll need obviously a mask. Thought I would stick that on there just as a quick reminder that we need to make sure that every child is in a mask this year. And they will also need some type of a notebook or binder that they can use just for my class only. It does not have to be an expensive binder. It can even be a little pocket folder with brads, but just something for them to keep their science materials in. Obviously, they'll need something with which to write, and then they'll need a set of colored pencils or markers. I have class sets, but with the guidelines of the pandemic, certain things cannot be shared to include pencils and markers. And so they'll need to have their own set that they can use in the classroom or even outside of the school if it's required for homework. How do I grade? Well, I take lots of different grades and do lots of different activities. I do grade on a point system, so some things like tests are weighted more heavily than maybe a classwork or homework. But I do take grades for classwork, homework, quizzes, have activities and projects, and chapter, or maybe we should call them unit test. And so I think it's very important that you, as the parent, and you know your child well, but if your child is one who needs to be kind of checked on and kind of maybe motivated a little bit more home to get some things done, you can certainly do that by checking Schoology. So I grade relatively quickly and keep things updated, I think, pretty well. So I would be in there checking Schoology as frequently as you feel like you need to for your child. One other thing I wanted to mention, and I'm going to be very flexible with this because we're in a different learning situation this year, but in the past, I always expected homework to be turned in on time. And so if it was late, I only gave half credit. I understand things might be a little bit different now, and I promise I'll be very fair, but it is important that your child turn things in a timely manner simply because I grade relatively quickly and get things back to them. And so that again is important that they turn things in on time. Classroom rules are very simple. Bring materials to class, be on time to class, don't disrupt the class, treat each other respectfully and kindly. With regard to bringing materials, it is so important this year that your child bring their computer and that the computer is charged. Almost everything that we will be doing in class will be done on the computer. So if your child fails to bring their computer, um, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work because there may not be an alternative assignment for them to do. And so, again, just stressing that they bring their computer every single day and that it's charged. We have no extra computers to share, we have no chargers to loan. So, again, that's probably the most important supply to bring every day. As far as number five, no food or drink, my classroom is my lab space, and it is a safety policy to not have food or drink in the lab. So if your child has a medical reason why they need food or drink, just let me know and we'll work something out for that. But in general, no food or drink. And then I am a very anti cell phone person without permission. And so obviously there are consequences for having your cell phone out in class without permission. First offense, I'll just have them give me their cell phone. I'll lock it up and they can get it at the end of the class. Second offense, the cell phone has to be given to an administrator. And all those cell phone policies were developed in the last couple of years. They're in the student handbook. So you can check that out further if that's something that you need to do or want to do. Topics that we're going to cover, you can look at those at your leisure. And then as far as contacting me, please, please feel free to contact me anytime. You can contact me through email. You can call my school phone. You can message me through Schoology. I kind of pride myself on maintaining great relationships with both my students and my parents. And so um, never, ever hesitate to contact me if there's something that you need to share. We also have a system, remind.com, where I can text you and you can text me back. So, if you have questions as we go along through the year, again, please feel free to ask those questions of me. But for right now, that's about all that I think is important to know at the beginning. So, looking forward again to a great year with your child.